T gang. It's your boy with the fat SwaggyReacts, and we are back with another reaction video, man. And yo, it's midnight, right? Like y'all already know what time it is, man. Shouts out to the homie Mr. Nightmare, you know what I'm saying? He dropped this about what, like 2 days ago, you know what I'm saying? But Chills dropped us two back last night, so that's why we did the last two like nights with Chills. But tonight is Mr. Nightmare, man. Like today we're gonna be checking out 3 chilling true Blizzard stories, volume 2. Now I think I did like volume 1 as well, but I'm not 100 on it. Now I'm saying you probably just gotta go back and check to see, because I did a lot of like scary reactions almost every day. Like when the channel started, you know, like you guys been here from the jump, y'all already know. You feel me? So, but yeah, like this is what we're gonna be checking out today, man. Again, like shouts out to Mr. Nightmare, man. He hasn't let us down yet, so. I mean, like even though like he don't post that much, which needs to change. Like we need to hear like a lot more from Mr. Nightmare, like, you know, some more updates like per week. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and hop into this, yo. Let's rock. Top progress in Charlie Manson. All right, Todd, let's go.
It was almost a decade ago. I was in the Adirondack Mountains for a hiking and skiing trip. I rented an Airbnb cabin for the week, kind of nestled in its own private section of woods. Perfect for skiers and hikers. Though there was news of an incoming blizzard all of a sudden one day that week. I wasn't just going to cut my trip 3 days short though, I already paid for it. I think it was a Friday, I don't remember. But I woke up that morning to knocks at the front door of my cabin.
Oh, hell no.
I looked out the window in my bedroom.
But look at all that snow, bro. I wouldn't even want to go there, bro, because I hate being cold, bro. I'm the type of person that hates being cold, bro. I cannot stand being cold. So, like, I got my heat on, bro. Like, when y'all be seeing me when I do my reactions in my hood, like, it don't be cold in here. It's just that, like, I like to stay warm, bro. Like, that's just me. You feel me? Like, I hate being cold, bro. I cannot stand it.
I looked out the window in my bedroom, and I was greeted with nothing but white sheets of snow covering everything, with heavy snow still piling on. I looked to the front door, and there was this woman in a parka who looked rather distressed. I quickly threw on a change of clothes and opened the door. She was some 40-something-year-old woman. Her cheeks were red, and she looked freezing. She asked, in I guess as polite way as possible, if she could seek shelter here until the storm blew over. I figured it was the gentleman thing to do, so I invited her in.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, she is by herself. But then again, it's like, we don't really... I mean, I'll be real iffy about that. Now, I'm saying, even though it probably snows out here all the time, probably, but he wouldn't know because he rented out this cabin for the weekend, so he probably just knows. It's probably just snowing there at the time. Know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Blew over. I figured it was the gentleman thing to do, so I invited her in and told her to make herself comfortable while I heated up some coffee. She plopped herself down on the couch and asked if I lived here. I told her it was just an Airbnb, then asked where she was coming from. She said she also rented an Airbnb up here, but she got caught in the blizzard and couldn't find her way back. She said her name was Meredith. I handed her a cup of coffee, but she refused it and said she was really tired. Then she asked if she could just rest on the couch. I allowed it, though, as I ate my breakfast. I can't lie, I felt really awkward.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to do after my breakfast. I didn't feel comfortable just hanging in the living room kitchen area, so I went back to my room to watch TV. The snow was really coming down outside, and the wind was so aggressive that the whistling shrieked through the windows. Not too long after, another knock at the door. I once again looked out the window. This time there was a man outside. I went to open the door. With Meredith now sitting up on the couch.
Nah, see, this is part of the setup right here. Like they linger you in one by one. I think this, here we go. It's about to take the turn for the worse.
Who it was. I told her I don't know. Then I opened the door. It was like deja vu because the man basically gave the same story, that he was caught in the blizzard and needed a place to stay.
Yep, here it is. Like, here's the setup. I'm telling y'all,
At this point, having already let Meredith in, I had to let him in too. I told him the same thing I told her, make yourself comfortable. He introduced
No.
himself as Mark. Meredith and Mark. They introduced themselves to each other as well, and they had a laugh at the fact that they were both in the same boat.
Because they know
Then
each
they
other.
both kind of playfully praised me for letting them in. Meredith seemed more lively now, more open to conversation. So we talked about a bunch of random stuff, until there was nothing really left to talk about. The day dragged on into the night. It grew dark and cold inside the cabin. The snow was showing no signs of receding. I offered them whatever food was in the fridge throughout the day. Unfortunately for me, it seemed it was approaching that time that I had to designate where they would be sleeping. But Meredith kind of did that for me. She asked if I would allow the two of them to stay here for the night. I had to say
No,
yes.
see, this is where you gotta put your foot down, bro. You don't know neither one of these people from a can of paint. And they both coincidentally got the same story on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, come on, bro. I seen this shit a mile away.
She asked if I would allow the two of them to stay here for the night. I had to say yes. So they both slept on the couches. I slept in my room, of course. I fell asleep rather easily, with the knowledge that my belongings were under my bed and couldn't be easily stolen by these two strangers.
Yeah,
I'm usually
okay.
a heavy sleeper, but this night I woke up to a loud thump. I sat up. The door to my bedroom was open, and the sound of the outside wind was incredibly loud. I discovered the front door to the cabin was open too.
Yep.
Neither Meredith nor Mark were on the couch. I went out to the porch for a second, just to look into the woods. There were fresh-looking footsteps leading into the snow, and I could see Meredith just standing out there in the snow, facing me, holding what looked to be my travel bag. I yelled at her to come back here, along with a few choice words. I ran to my room to get my boots. As I rushed to put the boots on while on the couch, I noticed my bedroom door was now shut. I 100% did not close that door.
See what I'm
Was I
saying?
about to open it? Hell no. Especially not after I heard footsteps on the other side of the door.
Exactly, because I told y'all it was a setup to, like, it was set up to rob him, bro. Like, come on. And now he's going under your bed to get everything that you pop. Come on, bro. I told y'all, man.
I got my boots and coat on and ran to the front porch again. But now Meredith wasn't alone. Someone, a man, I couldn't tell if it was Mark or not, was standing next to her, holding her hand, and they were both facing the house. I didn't care about the bag anymore. I ran to my Jeep and drove through the 3 feet of snow. There had to be more than just those two people in the house that night, because someone else was in the bedroom. I was too nice. I let my guard down with two strangers.
Exactly.
I paid the price.
Come on.
I'm just happy they didn't kill me, though. Somehow I got the vibe they were trying to do more than just rob me of my bag.
Either or, bro. Like if you going out somewhere, anywhere, guys, if you going somewhere that you don't know nothing about, don't let nobody in that you don't know. Period, bro. Like he literally just dodged death right there, bro. He easily could have got killed. Easily. The second day he let him into the house, it could have went bad for him. Crazy, man.
My older brother and I used to love to play out in the snow. We live by the woods. I'm not giving my town or state or any other details of our location, though. One night, our parents let us go outside to play in the blizzard. We figured playing hide and seek would be fun since the footprints in the snow would create a new factor in the game. So I was the one hiding first. We were playing in the woods with flashlights. I turned mine off once I found a place to hide, just to not give away my location. I ducked down in the deep snow between two big trees. I tried covering my tracks in the snow, but I couldn't possibly get all of them. I saw my brother's flashlight in the distance, coming in my direction. He was definitely going to find me, so I ran in the dark deeper into the woods. I definitely lost him because I didn't see his light anymore. Or maybe he turned it off. Also, we knew these woods, and I knew which direction I was going. I wasn't going to get lost. Eventually, as I kept walking though, I found another trail of footprints. They seemed like they were left there only a few minutes ago, so I started following them, expecting to find a deer at the end. As the footprints became more fresh, however, I started to realize they were boot prints, not animal footprints. This also meant I was getting closer to whoever just left these boot prints. I was thinking at first that it was my brother. Maybe he ran past me without me hearing it.
Nah.
I only thought that because I didn't see how or why anyone else would be out here in the middle of a blizzard. With my light still on, I noticed something black sticking out of this big pile of snow, which seemed to sit right next to the boot marks.
Here we go.
I stopped and examined it, and brushed some of the snow off the object. I brushed enough snow off to realize it was a big black garbage bag. This didn't look good. I already smelled something foul in there. Garbage? That's what I was hoping for.
Nope. You about to find something you didn't want to find, my guy. It's just that simple. Lord Jesus, what is he about to find?
I tried to find the opening of the bag.
Matter of fact, what y'all think it is? I think it's a body.
And eventually just gave up and tore the bag open with my nails. I gagged the instant I saw what was inside. A decomposing human body. When I say gagged, I'm talking coughing loudly and uncontrollably in shock and disgust.
Oh,
And
I told y'all it was going to be a body in there. Didn't I tell y'all?
Gave away my position to my brother, because pretty soon his light started shining on me. I turned to him, his light in my face, and made a hand motion signaling for him to run.
Wow, bro.
Rightfully so, he was confused and kept approaching
Wow,
me.
bro.
So I ran to him and told him to turn off his flashlight. I pointed at the bag and whispered what was inside. He didn't believe me, even after I begged him to just go home with me. He went to the bag to see for himself, and when he saw I wasn't lying, he put his hand over his mouth. As the older brother, he started guiding me and nudging me back to the house, trying not to make a sound. Though, as we moved, we kept looking back, thinking we heard footsteps in the snow behind us. We moved faster every time. He had to keep the flashlight on, otherwise it would be pitch black. Then, I think at the same time, we both looked back after hearing a footstep again, and saw about 50 feet away or so, there was someone standing there, right in the light of my brother's flashlight, watching. From there, we ran all the way back home. The man yelled something at us, but neither of us could make out what he said.
It don't matter what he's trying to
We got back to
say.
the house 2 minutes later and told our parents, who called the police to report the dead body.
Oh my
The police came and
God.
asked us a bunch of questions, and they sent out a search team based on our description of the location. They didn't make us go back out there. The search turned up no results, but they resumed the next day in the daylight, which was when we were asked for assistance in retracing our steps. We did the best we could, but the body was never found. It
What?
wouldn't be much of a surprise if whoever was out there moved the body after realizing there were 2 witnesses. We were literally just little kids when this happened, and we were still being followed by possibly the person who hid that body there to begin with. I
What?
still wonder if we just narrowly escaped with our lives.
Yeah, y'all definitely did. Y'all definitely did. Definitely. Wow, bro. Told y'all there was a body in there.
It started on the night of the first snowstorm of the year. I was off the next day for work, so I was just relaxing in my bed watching a movie, drinking hot cocoa. All of a sudden, something hit my window that nearly gave me a heart attack. I looked at my window and saw the fresh mark of a snowball having just splattered over the glass. I opened the window to look outside, and I heard a kid's laughter. Well, that answered that. I closed the window again, and my attention shifted back to the movie. Not too long before a second pow at the window, followed by the kid's laughter. This time I ignored it. I knew that by giving the kid a reaction, they would keep going.
Right.
Apparently that worked, because no more snowballs were thrown at my window that night. The next night, though, it happened again, this time while I was asleep. I woke up to a much louder and more ferocious bang at the window from a snowball. I opened the window and took a look outside.
That was a good one.
Though it wasn't snowing anymore, I still couldn't see too far out onto the lawn. Though I did hear the laughing of the kid again. It was a boy's laughter. It sounded like a 10-year-old. I yelled something out the window at him. I think it was a threat, but nothing too serious to be directed at a child. It didn't happen again that night. The next day, a lot of the snow had melted, but most of the ground was still covered in a white sheet. After turning off my light in my room, I lay awake, anticipating and dreading the sound of a snowball hitting the glass that would once again make me jump out of my skin. And just like clockwork, it happened. That goddamn kid was back.
Lord Jesus.
I was ready this time.
Listen, like, listen, I ain't gonna lie, like, like growing up, I mean, I was one of those kids. I was one of those bad kids, man. That used to just go around starting like snowball fights. Know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I was a bad kid, bro. Like, let me know down in the comment section, like, I mean, like, were you guys bad as well as kids in the snow. You know what I'm saying? As a starting fight. So it's just a troublemaker in general. Like, let me know down in the comment section, bro. Because I know I was. I was bad, bro. I was bad.
That goddamn kid was back. I was ready this time. I jumped out of bed and looked out the window. This time, I saw just for maybe half a second the back of a kid running away into the darkness. I threw on my shoes and coat and ran outside to find him. I found where his footsteps started at my window, and I followed them. I ran as fast as I could, trying to catch up to him. His footprints led me down a grass field until I reached a road. The footprints stopped at a big sycamore tree. Wrapped around it were 2 white bands of flowers. There was also a wooden cross planted in front of the tree. It was a memorial for a fatal car crash here. I double and then triple checked to see if the footsteps went any other direction, but they mysteriously stopped right there. I walked back home and went to bed, a bit disturbed. The next day I did some research and inquired with some locals, and I found out a mother and her son died in a car crash running into that tree. When I learned this, I got goosebumps, but I didn't want to find out how old the son was. I couldn't bring myself to do it. God forbid the son was around 10 years old. I'd forever be haunted by this, even more so than I already am.
Oh, wow, bro.
The next night, I thought I heard a child's laughter outside my window, but it may have just been my imagination running wild. I had to take sleeping pills for a whole month, just so that I wouldn't be awake terrified all night.
Right. Bro, I really don't... Look, bro, like, that's some crazy stuff, bro. Like, he... So it could have possibly been the kid that died in the car accident, but then... Oh, man, bro, that's crazy. Wow, bro. Shouts out to Mr. Nightmare, bro. That was 3 True Crazy Blizzard Stories, Volume 2. Now, again, like, let me know, like, if you guys were those little bad little kids back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Just over there causing trouble and stuff like that, man. Like, and also, just let me know what you guys thought about this reaction, man, about liking or disliking the video. And I'm definitely going to be tuned in tomorrow when I drop another one at midnight. So make sure you guys are here. So hit that subscribe button and hit that bell, you know what I'm saying? And SRT gang, I am out this thing, man. Let's get it.